Hello, my name's Oliver Hume. I'm the owner of Mans Coupes Limited. We are the UK agent for Super Performance and we import continuation and recreation 60 sports and race cars. Anything that brings you back to driving for the love of driving, I'm for. If it's loud and V8 powered, then even better. So this LMC MKII is our latest demonstrator car within our range of cars. Nigel owned a very famous Cobra back in the day, 39PH, which was first in class and 7th overall at Le Mans in 1963. It's famous for the Black Flag race where gentleman Jack Sears was racing many big name contemporary drivers, Jackie Stewart for example in the Jaguar E-Type. He got black flagged, had to come into the pits. Jackie Stewart took a lap on him and gentleman Jack went on to get the red mist, go around Brands Hatch at incredible pace and went on to win the race. So an exceedingly famous Cobra, probably the most famous Cobra there ever was. So when we started doing the Mark IIs, we said we've got to do an ode to 39PH because Nigel owned it for I think 35 plus years and we sold it to start the business, so it has a real connection with what we do. And so yeah, we went for the Wilmot livery. The car is accurate to the original FIA car, so it's a 289 with the FIA body, so the wider body, more aggressive body, which was used for the race cars, and the street version is known as the slab side, which has a slightly narrower body, not quite so aggressive on the flares, on the arches. But yeah, just for me, it's my childhood personified. On birthdays, Nigel used to pick me up from school in the Cobra, and got memories at the first ever Goodwood Revival, racing there for 8, 9, 10 years. So yeah, it's just such an iconic car, not only in the motoring world, but for us as a family, that we wanted to recreate it, and it's just it just evokes so many happy memories. So to be here today with Adrian Flux is a real joy to sort of have it come full circle, and I've got a sort of involvement with the car, although not 39PH itself, an ode to 39PH. I don't think there's a better sound in the world than a V8 on full chat. It's just the best noise in the world. On the road cars, we've got a little bit of silencing so it doesn't become overly tiring on a longer journey. We've got rear exit pipes here, but you can get side exit pipes as well. Some people like a more or a less silenced experience where it's got a real presence and grumble. We like this happy compromise because when you're pootling along in traffic, it's not offensive, but when you open up and unleash all of the horses, it's got a real growl to it, and it's just one of the best noises in the world. I mean, you start it up, it burbles, and it's magical. You can't beat a V8. You can't beat a V8. Hopefully, the market for the V8s stays, and that you still get the vibration, you get the noise, you get the rumble, just the pure experience. Hopefully that will stay, because I believe there's enough demand for it. In period, the Cobras, the 80 Cobras raced against some of the most iconic cars arguably that ever existed. You've got the Ferrari 250 GTOs, Jaguar E-Types, array of Listers, Aston Martins, Alfa Romeos. Go to Goodwood and watch the TT race, and you'll see what they raced against. Bizzarini, all sorts of just beautiful automotive artwork they're competing against, and often did exceedingly well against. I think having Carroll Shelby, the man, the myth, the legend, give the tick of approval on what we're doing really sort of sets us above within the market, but it just adds a lot of kudos to what we do. And I think it's the final sign-off on the quality of the product that we build, and for him to say we're the only Shelby sanctioned replica on the market, which is a huge honour. So for him to have gone along, seen the factory and said, yeah, I like this, I'll put my name to it, I don't think there's a high compliment or high praise that can be given. So these cars are built to effectively the original drawing. So it's got the original Tejero style chassis, it's got transverse leaf spring suspension, which is exactly how they were back in period. So it is a throwback to the 60s driving experience. So you know, you can go really big on the engines. We've got actually in this one, because we've got slightly wider tyres, we've got a 357, so a 5.7 litre. But in the slab side, we had a 302, sort of 300 odd horsepower, give or take. So you plant your foot and, you know, it really hunkers down and presses on. And it's a real throwback to how the cars were in period. Yeah, just a real joy. The nostril on the bonnet really adds a bit of aggression, but it has a purpose to feed the air, to feed the snake, and yeah, get the maximum power for when they're racing. And yeah, so just a nice aggressive touch. I remember when it came off the container, when it arrived at ours, and just that sort of, it took me back to being a child walking into our garage and begging Dad to start up the engine because I wanted to hear, you know, the open pipes and the V8 roar. I think it's such a beautiful car because it's got that combination between elegance and the classic styling and the sort of raw aggression, you know, especially when you fire it up and hear that noise. You know, the V8 burbler that I bang on about is just captivating, and you know, with the smooth lines, it just works.